welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. I'm Laura Cotter.
And I'm Skye Orchard.
I'm going to start us off on kind of a sad note. So Davy Chase, the girl who played the little girl in Christmas Amnesia that we recapped earlier this season, the one who was also in Utah the musical, she has sadly passed away on June 16th at the age of 36. I don't know if we know why.
I heard it was complications to meningitis.
Oh, that's a rough way. That's hard. So our thoughts are with her family and friends. Obviously, it's especially horrific when it's somebody so young.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, her role on Sabrina is very small compared to her role as Lilo in Lilo and Stitch. And so a lot of people will be more affected by that. But I just want to acknowledge her passing and say that we are very deeply sorry to hear about it. I don't really know how to segue gracefully from something very sad and serious.
I don't think there is a graceful segue.
We're just going to do what we do best on this podcast and barrel ahead.
Charge.
Because I have a couple of returning items of business. I'm doing 2 different library systems summer reading challenges. So I've been listening to audiobooks basically for the entire month of June. I finally listened to our last episode, which came out almost a week ago today.
Oh, wow.
So I've been listening to podcasts, music, anything. I've been listening to audiobooks mostly. And I will say I have now heard an American author use the word riffling. So I cannot blame it on the Brits.
The Brits brought it over, though.
I think I have to admit that it's a real word and just accept it. Additionally, my parents were over last night. We're sitting on my balcony. I was telling them all about my plants and about what's eating my pepper plants and telling my dad about the aphid I saw. My dad's like, aphids are really small. And I had still the dead one on my patio table. And I was like, no, look, it's big. He's like, that's not an aphid. I looked it up. It wasn't an aphid. It was katydid. It was a baby katydid. So I killed Jenny.
You're the reason Jenny's gone.
I murdered Jenny the katydid. I'm so sorry. But also was eating my pepper plant. So I'm not really that sorry.
Wow.
So I still made that Sabrina related, though.
Sure did.
That's my news. What's going on with you?
My bug corner. I'm going to spray those wasps we talked about. I've noticed there's even more than I thought, so it's time. So after we record, I'm going to put on my layers and do it. But I noticed, because I haven't been keeping the bird feeder your parents got me completely full, there is now a wasp nest at the very tippy top. So Burn it. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to rescue the bird feeder, but I'm going to try for Pam and Bill.
No, you just got to burn it to the ground. I'm sorry. My mom will get you a new one. I'll tell her it's the birthday present she needs to get you. So
that was a fun discovery. While I was working today, I looked up and was like, there's a shadow in the bird feeder.
Why are the birds not eating the wasps? If they're hungry, there's no food for them. Go eat the wasps.
Because the wasps are smart and at the very tippy top. Did you know that the Backstreet Boys made a special song called Bottle Up for the Paw Patrol Dino movie that's releasing? And so every time I go to watch Sabrina, I get to see a little animated music video of these dogs, animated dogs, dancing with the Backstreet Boys.
I'm not sure where to start in my questions on this. So Paw Patrol and dinosaurs?
Yeah, so Paw Patrol has a new dino movie coming out.
Is it a Jurassic Park situation?
I don't think the pups have to save the day from the dinos. I think the pups are partnering up with the dinos to save the day.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Okay, so Dino Police. Backstreet Boys did a song. I will accept that because NSYNC did a song for Trolls, I'm pretty sure. So, fine. Why is it called Bottle Up?
I wish I could tell you.
What are some of those lyrics? I'm assuming it's got to be bottling up feelings and maybe don't do that. But it definitely sounds like a drinking song. Sounds like a Pitbull song.
Okay, ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Something about you got me, like lightning struck my body. Tell the room, get out of the way. We are made of broken pieces. That's how the love gets in. You're under my skin.
Wait, no. What? No, this is a children's show. Are the Paw Patrols hooking up?
And even if you could stop it, I would change exactly nothing. Not a word that I could say. It's some higher power. You make me feel like I've got everything. It's something that you bring, and I can't stop time, but tonight it's for life. Take this moment and bottle up this feeling. Take this moment and bottle up this feeling, and it just keeps going.
No. Do you think Backstreet Boys will perform it when I go see them at the Sphere?
Oh, you never know.
I don't like this. But now on this episode, I have to remember to do our Instagram music to this song.
Here, I'm going to send you the very dramatic cover photo here.
What? It's not AI.
It is not AI. Oh, here's the premise of the movie. The Paw Patrol end up in an unknown world filled with dinosaurs. With the help of their new friend Rex, they help save the endangered species from Mayor Humdinger's plan from kidnapping them.
Well, alrighty then. That is Paw Patrol.
Backstreet's back, all right.
Oh, I wonder if I can find a Paw Patrol shirt to wear. Paw Patrol dinosaur shirt to wear to the concert. I failed in my homework and forgot again to do a question. I'm getting really bad at this, guys. Luckily, Skye has saved us and said that they have a question.
I sure do. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite type of pie?
Ooh. Also, did you RSVP for Pioneer Day? Because there is a question about pie on there.
I still need to.
There's 2 pie options I gave you guys for your RSVP.
Oh, I see.
Because I have recently started making pies, like within the past year. I've made 3 different pies and I've been very proud about myself on them. One of them was because I was watching something called Crime Scene Kitchen last summer in the depths of my work despair. I got really into cooking shows because I just needed like feel good dopamine. So I got really into that. And then like some America's Youngest Chef show with kids or whatever. That was really sweet. So one of the episodes of Crime Scene Kitchen, the thing they had to make was something called an Atlantic Beach pie. Okay. And it's a lemon lime filling with a saltine cracker crust. And it's so good. It's delicious. And then the other one that I made recently, and I don't even know why I made this. I think I was just, I made it for Pie Day. That's right. I made it for Pie Day. The s'mores pie I made. And that was also amazing.
I love a lemon pie. Mm-hmm. Not like lemon meringue. Okay. The meringue texture is weird, but like a good like pure lemon or lemon cream. Anything with lemon, really. You've got my heart.
I think you might like the Atlantic. It's like more of a custard. The Atlantic Beach pie was like.
I just voted for it on the RSVP. I did that while you were speaking. And then under other pies, I put lemon.
I did put recipes next to them just in case people wanted to see what was in them.
Yeah, I saw citrus and I said, okay.
Well, thank you for that. That was a good question. We are on season 3, episode 24, Silent Movie, our second to the last episode for the season. Will Skye solve the family secret tonight? We will find out.
Sobs like Salem.
Our TV guide description. When Sabrina's evil vice principal, who is also Zelda's boyfriend, comes over for dinner, Sabrina and Hilda put silent spells on themselves to keep them from saying anything rude. Except, as Sabrina is later told by their talking black cat, Salem. I have not read this. I just copied and pasted. I didn't actually read this over before now. When 2 silent spells are cast in the same household at the same time, the house becomes a silent movie. Wow.
It's giving like someone has never actually watched an episode of Sabrina until this episode.
Yep. Because it's like Sabrina's evil vice principal, who's also Zelda's boyfriend.
Salem's a talking black cat.
Streaming description's much better. The Spellman house becomes the setting for a silent movie. Not much meat on those bones, but at least accurate and to the point. Although Hulu loses accuracy points for our air date because this aired May 14th, 1999, but Hulu is still off and says it aired a week earlier on May 7th.
I mean, at least it's not months off this time.
That's true. Are you ready for the shortest credits I think we have ever done?
Yes.
Director, Linda Day, who's returning. Writers, Renee Phillips and Carrie Honenblum, who are returning. Guest star, Sean Lawton as the policeman, also returning, and his last appearance. Done.
Goodbye, Sean.
Can I get Sean on the podcast? I have been stalking Diane Kennedy and Gary Halverson for the past 2-ish days. To the point where I'm like, do we need to buy an IMDb Pro subscription so I can actually get contact information for these people? I think I found Diane Kennedy's Facebook, but it's pretty locked down and it's definitely her personal Facebook.
Yeah, I think we might have to go the IMDb route.
She was on another podcast like within the past couple of years. Oh. So someone has found her. And I'm wondering, like, would it be weird if I reached out to another podcast and was like, how did you contact her? Because I also want to talk to her.
I don't know.
Because she also apparently did the close for 90210.
Okay.
And they were a 90210 podcast that interviewed her.
Interesting.
Speaking of, I really liked the outfits in this episode, and Diane Kennedy is no longer going to be our costume designer after this season. So there's a real changing of the guard between her leaving, Gary Halverson not directing after this season. I'm sure we're going to find that other writers have dropped off, which explains the shifts that we'll see happening next season. But I didn't know it went that deep, that they're even affecting the costume department. And I'd really want to get somebody on who can talk about that.
Give us the tea.
I want all the tea. You have some facts for us, it looks like.
Yes.
All right. I am ready to listen.
I did enjoy the episode. It was really fun. You keep getting like a slew of ones I feel like are hard for you to write, per se.
Yes.
Also, in these past couple of episodes, we have had a lot of opportunity for like facts and trivia, which this episode does not lend to. And I have gotten used to a certain expectation of researching. So I just have some fun silent movie facts as we go into this, which are hopefully interesting.
I do have one trivia later on that you didn't catch. It's very small trivia, but I do have one trivia.
Oh, snap. I guess we'll see what I failed to catch there. So, here we go. The silent film era is considered to be from the mid-1890s to late 1920s. Silent film is actually a bit of a misnomer, as most showings of silent movies were accompanied by live sounds, either a pianist, organist, or in the really large cities, a full orchestra. And at the height of the silent movie era, these movies were the highest employer of instrumental musicians. And then the Great Depression and talkies came about, and musicians lost their jobs. Sometimes a person would even narrate the intertitle cards for the audience in the theater. The term silent film is also a retronym and was created to retroactively distinguish it from other film developments, especially with the advent of our talkies, or films with sound.
So they just called them films.
And then they had to come up with a term for it after. Most films from the era are considered lost or destroyed, as the nitrate film stock used was extremely unstable and flammable. Shutterstock speeds before the standardization of 24 frames per second we see now could be anywhere from 12 to 40 frames per second. A lot of the time, the higher speeds helped ensure a still wouldn't be subject to the heat of the projector lamp too long and catch fire.
Oh, that explains like that cartoon thing you'd always see of like the film. Okay.
Yep.
Now I know. All right.
And it is estimated up to 75% of US produced silent films have been destroyed or lost. Some films that are presumed lost are the 1912 film Saved from the Titanic, which featured real survivors, The Life of General Villa, which starred Pancho Villa, the 1917 Cleopatra, and the 1926 The Great Gatsby.
How wild would it have been able to see a movie of The Great Gatsby filmed in the 1920s?
Right. Too wild. It had to disappear from the earth. We're not ready for it. Today, the acting in silent films can be seen as melodramatic and campy, since actors needed to emphasize body language and facial expressions to tell the story. And many of the most successful early silent film stars began as vaudevillian actors. As filming changed and close-ups became more prevalent in cinematography, the acting became less stage-like and instead focused on understated and realistic acting, and we moved away from the vaudevillian melodramatic style there. And then silent films were made for all genres and not just comedy. However, comedy seems to be the most memorable to us, and we tend to think silent film as comedy because of those vaudevillian tropes we associate with silent films as a modern day audience.
Well, I learned some things.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for teaching me.
I mostly was able to speak as I read the literal words I typed myself.
That was a lot. That was a good chunk of facts. I did also really like this episode, partially because, one, it looked like they were having fun filming it. There's a part, and I'll point it out later, where I'm pretty sure someone is really close to breaking. And then it was also just so unique. Like, I can't think of another show from this time period that did a silent movie or did something similar to this. I feel like it's just a really unique storytelling device.
So also in 1999 in December is when we get one of my favorite Buffy episodes ever, called Hush, which is absolutely no talking, just music. So also fits the criteria of like the silent film episode there. Obviously, complete end of the spectrum, like horror monsters killing people and they can't scream versus, Sabrina.
Yeah, there's only been ones like episodes of shows where like it's been silent, which they're still rare enough that
they definitely stand out.
Yes, impactful. Happen. I can't think of another TV show that did like a full-on 20s era silent movie type thing. Good episode. I do have a couple complaints, but not very many. So this should be a short podcast episode. Our cold open. Zelda declares that she has an important announcement for everyone. They try to guess, but no one is correct.
Sabrina, you're buying me a new car. Salem, you're having my baby. Which the way he said that was so ridiculous.
That had to have been an ad lib.
Yeah. And Hilda, oh, we're finally getting a cabana boy.
She tells them she thinks Mr. Kraft is going to propose, then immediately stops any comments. Sabrina, Hilda, and Salem excuse themselves. They travel to the moon and scream, but Zelda still heard them. Our outfit intro is a really weird chicken costume that made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
And she says, who you calling chicken? And if that's the chicken outfit Valerie had to wear at her job in the last episode, I understand her objections, and they are valid.
That outfit was giving me Barbie's little sister chicken doll outfit, where like very like it's innocent on like a child outfit, but not a grown-ass woman.
Like it was a bodysuit. It was a chicken bodysuit with weird chicken leg tights.
Like I can see it like children's ballet.
Yes.
That's where the line is drawn.
If Sabrina Carpenter was going to wear a chicken costume, it would be this one.
I think there'd be a little bit more cleave, but yes.
Like, and the head
it was just
it
a
had
hood.
a beak, but it didn't have a face. It was like an abstract, sexy chicken costume. I didn't like it.
A hint of chicken.
I think this for me may be the worst intro outfit. I can't think of another one that has annoyed me. Valerie was excited about her new job at the school store until she found out Mr. Kraft is her boss. Sabrina one-ups her by breaking the news that Mr. Kraft is marrying Zelda. They are both shocked, but Sabrina has a plan. She'll just act as obnoxious as possible, so he won't want to live with her. Harvey joins and asks to speak to Sabrina alone. She jokingly says as long as they can get rid of the third will, pointing to Valerie. Valerie is devastated, but Sabrina says she was just practicing being obnoxious. Valerie sadly leaves. Harvey grabs Sabrina and sits with her on a bench. He starts trying to talk to her, but keeps getting interrupted by loud noises until the school bell finally rings, and he leaves frustrated.
Sabrina calls after saying, okay, well, let's get together and almost talk another time.
A policeman is at the door telling Hilda about the policeman's ball. She misunderstands and agrees to go as his date, but he's just selling tickets. She buys 2, embarrassed.
Will there be firemen there?
Will there be Mando firemen there?
Wasn't the bench Harvey and Sabrina sat on in the scene prior, like the Mando bench as well?
I'm pretty sure.
Like right outside those doors?
That bench has been around these sets a bit.
It's seen some things.
Zelda walks into the living room, sneakily trying to read something. Hilda grabs it out of her hands. Today's bride. Salem calls for Zelda, and both she and Hilda go into the dining room, where Salem has wedding plans strewn about and asks her to start making some decisions as her bridal consultant.
I cannot do this in the Valley Gay accent that Salem gave. Sorry, I can't do that. It's not in my repertoire, but he says, Zelda, darling, as your bridal consultant, I insist you must make some decisions. Ice sculpture or chocolate fountain? Both would be gauche.
What would you choose?
Chocolate fountain, though that gets messy.
I would like to choose chocolate fountain, but there cannot be children at the wedding if there's going to be a chocolate fountain.
Yeah. Ice sculpture is fine so long as like no one accidentally touches it and it makes a sound, because I hate the sound of ice.
What if it was like an ice sculpture of all your cats?
But what if someone accidentally touched it and then it makes a sound, because I hate the sound of ice?
What if you put it really high up?
Just have it dripping over the guests.
It's just hanging from a rope. That's when you know the party's over. The ice sculpture is completely melted. Everybody's wet. Time to go home.
Or it's crashed off the rope and killed someone.
That's a good way to get away with murder. Just make sure somebody...
There are only 2 ways out of this party.
And I thought we wouldn't go off the rails. I was trying to figure out what the ice sculpture was of in the scene.
I think it was a fish.
Okay. I was like, it can't be a fish. That's weird.
It's Salem. Okay. It's a fish.
It's a fish.
He dreams of 1,000-pound tunas, which means salmon.
Zelda just wants a simple garden ceremony. Salem does not like this idea.
Honey, if we're going that route, let's just book a polka band.
I mean, Mr. Kraft would be all about that.
He would love that.
And I think Zelda would be too, to be honest. Hilda points out that Mr. Kraft hasn't even asked Zelda to marry him yet, and Mr. Kraft is still in love with Hilda. Zelda follows up with a third fact. Hilda is nuts. She's nutrageous.
That's an outrageous statement.
Sabrina interrupts Valerie, selling Libby a notebook, to ask if she knows what Harvey was going to tell her.
Libby says, do you mind? I need a notebook that doesn't clash with my sweater.
I liked Libby's outfits. I liked Valerie's outfit. It was all very nostalgic in a way that I was like, oh, I want to wear that today. Not like, oh, I can't believe I ever wore that. And it was kind of all color-coded the same. Like when we get to the dinner scene, everybody's in blues and greens, which was nice. Valerie hands over the notebook, and Libby gives a fake sob story about why she can't pay.
I hate to ask you this, but could I pay you later? I spent all my allowance on my cousin's prosthetic leg.
Valerie stupidly accepts an IOU. Sabrina points out that this is a bad idea, and they overhear Libby just a little ways down the hall saying that Valerie bought her story. Mr. Kraft comes down the hall to Sabrina's disappointment. She wishes Zelda realized what a villain he is.
Valerie says, I know, I get woozy every time he heads my way. Is he heading my way?
He's on his way to them, so it's time for Sabrina to act obnoxious. Mr. Kraft has a box of used computer science books from the 50s for Valerie to sell. Sabrina offers a lame, yeah, you in what army? Mr. Kraft, unaffected, walks away. Sabrina admits that was stupid, and Valerie helpfully offers that maybe he doesn't want to live with an idiot. That's my favorite Valerie line this whole episode. Hilda asks Zelda how she is so certain that Mr. Kraft will propose. Zelda tells her to bake a wedding indicator cake to go over the hints. Hilda zaps in a wedding cake with a tiny Zelda and Mr. Kraft on top.
The proposal hints we will review. Does the schlub want to marry you?
Mr. Kraft says he has something important to tell her, but first she needs to meet his grandmother so she can give them her blessing. He also says that this spring might be a pretty busy time for them. Suddenly, a tiny Hilda bridesmaid appears on the cake and pushes Mr. Kraft off. Valerie again accepts an IOU from another student, at least insisting he sign it, but he signs it Obi-Wan Kenobi. Harvey comes up and asks to talk to Valerie about Sabrina. He wants to tell Sabrina that he loves her, but he can't get it out. They've been seriously dating with a couple of short breaks for 2 years. Granted, it did take them a really long time to have the conversation that they were exclusive and boyfriend and girlfriend. This is a very long time to wait to say I love you, especially as teenagers.
It's true.
Those hormones, they fly fast and furious, and it's... I feel like this would have happened a long time ago. Maybe this is the family secret, because Zelda also has issues with her relationships moving at a glacial pace. Harvey is worried, though, that she won't say it back. The bell rings, and he swears Valerie to secrecy. Valerie immediately tells Sabrina about Harvey wanting to say I love you at lunch. Sabrina freaks out.
Harvey loves me? Harvey Kinkle loves me? It sounds better without the kinkle, doesn't it?
And of course she'll say it back. Valerie walks down the hall with Harvey, assuring him that Sabrina will say it back. He says he'll tell her this Friday.
We see a poster that says ban the butt, with a very sad cartoon cigarette butt.
Did it kind of look like it was kind of bent even, so it looked like it was almost in the shape of a butt?
It could have been shaped better, but yes, it had a little butt divot in it.
Valerie then tells Sabrina in the hall that he's going to tell her this Friday and reminds Sabrina that she doesn't know anything. Mr. Kraft walks up behind them and tells them to go to class.
Have I lost my mind, or should you two hens be in class? Which him saying hens is weird. That's not in his lingo. He'd be like gals or something like that.
It's a callback to the chicken intro outfit.
Oh, that's why they chose the chicken outfit.
He walks away without Sabrina saying anything obnoxious. She's changed tactics. She's going to find one little thing she can stand about Mr. Kraft, and that will get her through until college. But then they overhear Mr. Kraft yelling at a boy to tuck in his shirt. Valerie points out that at least he doesn't hit, but Mr. Kraft smacks the boy in the head with his detention slip pad, and Mr. Kraft would be fired in 2026. Hilda comes into the kitchen crying out in pain.
Ow, ow, ow. Salem says, you mean meow? Haha, a little cat humor.
That was so stupid.
That's so great.
So random. She has a hangnail in her pointing finger, which is literally a nail hanging from her finger. Zelda is relieved that Hilda's magic is out. Mr. Kraft and his grandmother are coming to dinner tonight, and now Hilda can't use her magic to do anything to spoil it.
Salem points out she's still got a mouth.
They made him extra sassy this episode. Zelda thinks he's going to propose tonight. He said he's bringing a very special box.
Hilda under her breath says, probably pine, lined in satin.
It would not be lined in anything, Mr. Kraft. Let's be honest. It'd be so cheap.
Just a pine box to go in the ground.
As Instagram recommended to you, maybe it's just my timeline, the guy who owns a mortuary and he like models with urns.
Oh, maybe.
And he like walks down with them like on a runway and they're like always like really over the top.
You always have to wonder what you did in your algorithm to get to the spot you're at these days.
I've also gotten a lot of Catholic nun stuff in the past couple of months.
Oh, interesting.
I know where that one's coming from. They're like, you are old and not in a relationship. Here's an alternative pathway for you.
Have you thought about Jesus as your life partner?
The one that I did freak out about was Facebook. For some reason, was showing me posts in I think you saw it because you told me what it was in the like prison pals.
Oh, yeah.
Penitentiary friends, lovers group where you can write to an inmate and start a relationship over letters.
Your phone heard you, / Facebook heard you recording Sabrina's pen pal. And then it was like, you know what you want? A pen pal. A penitentiary pal.
Sabrina still struggles at school to find something to like about Mr. Kraft, but he yells at Valerie to get everyone who wrote an IOU to actually pay, or else it will come out of her paycheck. Valerie starts to cry.
Oh, please, save your tears for debtor's prison.
Sabrina cringes as Mr. Kraft walks past, admitting that at least he doesn't smell. I doubt that. That man eats some weird things. I feel like there's got to be an odor. Harvey comes up and asks Sabrina out on Friday. She happily says yes, but then Valerie's sobs get louder and Sabrina goes to comfort her.
Excuse me, I have to go visit Lake Valerie.
Which is kind of a mean thing. Like, Valerie has a legitimate reason to cry this time.
Yeah, Sabrina's not a great friend in this one to Valerie again. The third wheel, which was pretty cutting. Yeah. And now Libby's calling Valerie third wheel.
Yeah, I'm like, no, Valerie has a legitimate reason to be upset and sobbing this time around. So, like, go help her out. Zelda finishes setting the dining room table and tries to decide what to serve for dessert.
Salem, me like pie.
She zaps in a whole bunch of pies, sure that Grammy Kraft will like at least one of them. Hilda comes in with her hangnail caught on her dress. Zelda zaps it free, and Hilda asks her to zip her up. Zelda zaps a zipper on Hilda's mouth. Sabrina practices saying, I love you, to Harvey's picture. Salem overhears and mocks her, then breaks the news that Mr. Kraft is proposing to Zelda tonight.
Salem says, I love you too, Sabrina. If you loved me, you'd knock. So what's new? Salem, not much. Got a letter from Mom. Killed a plant. Oh, and overheard that Mr. Kraft is asking for Zelda's hand in marriage tonight. Glad Salem's still talking to his mom.
Well, we don't know what's in that letter.
He didn't seem too distraught, so probably okay.
Sabrina hyperventilates and runs to find Hilda. Hilda admits that it's true.
I know, he's marrying Zelda to get back at me. The ultimate revenge.
And that they just have to accept it and try to see themselves as a big, happy family. They imagine a Brady Bunch opening sequence with Hilda and Sabrina glaring at Mr. Kraft's square. And this is where Hilda says, I'll take Jan Brady to block, which is a Hollywood Squares reference. And Caroline was a regular guest on Hollywood Squares.
Good trivia you found. I loved Salem and his little Alice wig.
Yes, the Alice wig was amazing. Also, when I was looking up, like, to double check that Caroline was actually on Hollywood Squares and I didn't hallucinate that. Apparently, Caroline's really good friends with Whoopi.
Oh.
Because they're on Hollywood Squares a bunch together. So there you go. Sabrina can't believe Mr. Kraft is doing this now when she should be so happy looking forward to Friday. Zelda comes in to put flowers on the coffee table. She wants everything to be perfect at dinner. Then Hilda and Sabrina can wheel Grammy Kraft into the new handicapped bathroom she zaps in.
Hilda says, you do that for him, and yet I can't have a racquetball court? But also, Hilda, just zap it in. You are a witch. With magic most of the time.
Well, I think this goes back to the mortgage thing. When do additions start to...
When do they count against your magic allotment for the year that has never come back again?
Also, it's kind of hard to like hide a full-size racquetball court in a suburban Massachusetts neighborhood than it is a handicap bathroom.
They could have a sub basement below the dungeon. That's a racquetball court.
And a pool for the cabana boy.
Exactly. Who needs natural light?
Who doesn't want an underground cave pool in their house? Then Mr. Kraft will propose and she'll say yes and everything will be wonderful.
And we will all live tolerantly ever after.
The doorbell rings and Zelda excitedly checks herself in the mirror one more time before answering. Hilda and Sabrina realize they've only been thinking of themselves.
Hilda says, well, you're just a teenager and I'm... me.
And make a pact not to say a word no matter what Mr. Kraft says. Mr. Kraft comes in and says hello, and both Sabrina and Hilda leave at their breaking point already. Mr. Kraft comes inside alone, noting that it's starting to storm outside. Zelda asks where his grandmother is. Mr. Kraft says she insists on driving herself,
despite the legal blindness,
and asks if they're still having a family dinner. Zelda assures him they are, and that Hilda and Sabrina just went upstairs to check on their ant farm.
Their workers are trying to unionize.
Good for those ants.
Yeah.
Sabrina and Hilda search through the magic book for a way to get through dinner without saying anything rude, but Hilda's magic is still out.
Sabrina says, I'd be happy to shut your mouth.
And it took me until this moment to realize why Hilda's wearing gloves. to cover her hanging out. There are a lot of things that I'm like, why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about the storm? Why is there a policeman? Why are we weirdly emphasizing that Zelda's putting flowers on the coffee table? There was a lot of that. And then like even the Adam's apple thing, which I didn't even put in here because I was like, that's dumb. I'm not going to talk about that. There's a lot of stuff that I was trying to cut out for ease of writing that I was like, oh, wait, no, this actually plays in later.
The writers were plotting ahead.
They were extravagantly so. Sabrina casts a mum's the word spell on Hilda, which causes Hilda to only be able to say mum.
So nothing unkind can be heard. Just remember, mum's the word.
Then Sabrina casts a if you can't say anything nice spell. The book insults her, and she immediately goes mute when she tries to talk back to it. And it like does it in a like Midwesterner accent.
Like a Minnesotan, like, shut your pie hole.
Yeah. Hi! Again. So many connections in this episode. Too many for my little brain. The spells worked. Everyone, minus Grammy. Okay, for all the things that did make sense, the grandma thing does not make sense why we were talking about it so much, and it does not play into this at all.
Does she just like die in the storm since we never see her?
Or does she get murdered? Let me do the next one, and then we'll talk about maybe her getting murdered. Everyone minus Grammy is at the dinner table.
Mr. Kraft says, no, she's a slow driver, and she's always stopping for hitchhikers when Zelda asks about her.
She's legally blind. She stops for hitchhikers. That lady's murdered. 100%.
Or she's so distraught that she doesn't get to do her grandson's taxes anymore that she runs out of town.
Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, let me see when he was arrested.
Is there an East Coast serial killer you're looking at?
Yes. So, Alfred Gaynor. American serial killer from 1995 to 1998. He murdered women in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Whoa. Specific age range or just women?
It's 20 to 45. So unless she was a real young mom, she might have been out of the age range. But those are just the known murders.
True.
Could have been a one-off. Mr. Kraft asks Hilda if she's going to finish her potatoes, and she only says mum.
To which he says, you're right, they are good.
Haven't we had a scene with him before on a date with either Hilda or Zelda where he also eats food off of their plate?
When he is living with them, he just takes food off of Sabrina's plate that one time.
That's right. So at least it is established character.
He wants to steal that food.
Zelda tries to get Sabrina to talk about school, but Sabrina just shoves food into her mouth and is saved by the doorbell. Sabrina excuses herself to get it. Mr. Kraft is sure Grammy is going to like Zelda, and he can't wait to get her alone to ask her that question. Hilda rolls her eyes. Harvey is at the front door. He has something to tell her, and it can't wait until Friday. Sabrina tries to stop him, pantomiming that she can't talk, but he doesn't get it and takes her outside.
He says, yes, I know my Adam's apple is quivering.
And since I did not include that in my notes, the other 2 times it was discussed, you're like, that's a weird thing to say. He starts to talk to her, and Sabrina zaps a pen and pad of paper behind her back, but he takes them away from her.
You don't need to take notes. I'll be brief.
Finally, he tells her he loves her. Sabrina tries to reciprocate, but can't speak. But she's clearly trying to say something. Harvey just takes this as she doesn't want to say anything to him, though, and he walks away absolutely shattered. Sabrina silently screams. Sabrina walks back into the house and is immediately transported into a silent movie, complete with caption cards.
First caption card, have I lost my beloved Harvey?
She finds Salem playing the piano. He explains they're in a silent movie. Sabrina peers out the window and sees that outside is still in color. She grabs Salem and takes him outside. Once they step out, they're back in modern clothes and color. Sabrina silently asks for an explanation, still muted by her original spell. Salem explains that when you cast 2 silent spells under one roof, everything under the roof becomes a silent movie.
Salem reading her note. Why didn't it kick in when you cast the spells? His answer, because. Sabrina scribbles again, and Salem reads, why am I so worthless? That's just rude.
Sabrina goes back inside, back into the silent movie. She has to find a way to stop the spell.
Title card, I must stop the spell so I can speak again and proclaim my love to Harvey and get out of this corset.
She rushes into the dining room where Zelda leaves, and silent movie villain Mr. Kraft immediately puts the moves on Hilda.
Kraft, how about a little kissy poo? Sabrina, I knew he was a villain.
Sabrina goes into her room to find the wind from the storm blowing everything around and preventing her from reaching her magic book.
The storm! Must reach magic book.
Even as I was watching it the second time, after I'd already watched it the first time, I was like, why are they talking about this storm so much? I'm like, oh, this scene. Okay. Mr. Kraft is holding Hilda, trying to kiss her, but drops her when Zelda walks back in.
Why don't you two little ladies go wash the dishes?
Hilda and Zelda go to wash dishes, Hilda slapping Mr. Kraft on her way out. Sabrina has finally managed to get her window closed and searches the magic book. She finds the way to end the spell and hugs her old-timey picture of Harvey.
I found it. I can end the spell and tell Harvey I love him.
Harvey looks pretty dapper in that photo.
That's a pretty good photo.
But suddenly, Mr. Kraft appears in her doorway. He grabs the page out of her magic book and rips it into pieces.
Sabrina, I'll get it back. Kraft, oh yeah?
Sabrina is tied to railroad tracks. She tries screaming for help, but that obviously doesn't work.
I guess it's silly to scream in a silent movie.
Harvey knocks on the door. Can't find his keys. He tries the door and steps inside, also being transported into the silent movie as a Mountie.
Where is my beloved Sabrina?
Zelda and Hilda wash dishes. Hilda passes Zelda a dish with "Kraft is evil" spelled out in ketchup. Zelda smashes the plate. Sabrina is still tied to the tracks, but Harvey comes in to save her.
Sabrina, I've come to save you.
Sabrina tries to say she loves him, but he stops her and leaves to get his horse.
Hark, the familiar whinny of my trusted steed, Duke.
I was expecting there to be like a Salem joke here with Salem dressed as a horse or something. Valerie also comes to the door, hoping Sabrina knows what she should do about Mr. Kraft. How did she not inform any of her friends about this very important dinner that's happening tonight? They knew about it. Hilda was dressed. Sabrina was dressed when she was up in her bedroom. I'm assuming at some point during the day she learned that there was going to be a dinner where Mr. Kraft is going to be there. Granted, she doesn't know it's going to be the one where he's going to propose until Salem tells her right beforehand. But she was dressed for dinner, so she still knew a dinner was going to happen. I find it hard to believe that she didn't call Valerie and complain about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Valerie's here now. She knocks again, but the door opens on its own. She walks in and is also put inside the movie. Mr. Kraft immediately confronts Valerie about the money she owes the school.
Where's the money you owe the school?
What I just said.
You know, caption cards, straight to the point.
She hands over an empty bag and Mr. Kraft twirls his mustache evilly. Sabrina runs into the kitchen to see the aunts just as they hear a scream. And now there's a large pile of broken dishes in front of the counter. They all run out and find Mr. Kraft has tied Valerie to railroad tracks.
Get him.
The three witches chase him around, but they also end up tied to the tracks.
Zelda's specific caption card. I'm beginning to think he's not a nice man.
A train is coming.
Cut to Salem playing the piano. I thought I'd have a bigger part in this picture.
Just then, Harvey returns to save them.
I'm here to save Sabrina. Again.
He and Mr. Kraft start fighting as Harvey tries to untie the women.
If only I had police assistance.
And suddenly the cop from earlier is there with all his cop buddies to help. And that's why we had the weird policeman ball scene. The cops leave and the women are free, but Harvey is tied to the tracks and Mr. Kraft is absconding with Sabrina. The other women go to save her, leaving Harvey alone on the tracks. Valerie, Hilda, and Zelda throw pies at Mr. Kraft, trying to get him to free Sabrina.
Bad aim.
This is where I'm pretty sure Lindsay's trying not to laugh as they're throwing the pies. I had to pause at one point to write something down, and her face looked very much like she was fighting it back. Finally, one hits him that Harvey throws, having somehow gotten free.
I'm blind.
Harvey grabs Sabrina and carries her into the living room where they kiss. The spell ends, and everything is back to normal. Harvey starts to tell Sabrina he understands if she doesn't feel the same way about him. Sabrina stops him and says she loves him.
Harvey says, cool. Sabrina says, very cool.
Now that that's done, Sabrina goes back in the dining room and grabs Hilda and Zelda. And I love that Valerie is just in there eating pie with the aunts and Mr. Kraft. Valerie tries to follow after them, but Mr. Kraft stops her to ask about the IOUs.
I'm selling my kidney on eBay.
That's the early days of eBay, too.
Before you had to go to a black market to just sell outright.
I wondered if I could sell my kidney stones to some weirdo on eBay for money.
I'm sure.
The aunts explain that the movie ended because Sabrina and Harvey kissed.
Zelda, Sabrina, a silent movie always ends with a kiss. Hilda, or some wacky outtakes. Zelda, I can't believe I spent half my special evening over gesturing.
I really wanted our end tag to be some wacky outtakes.
Oh, that's what I expected to be, because they dropped that line in.
It would have been way more fun than the actual end tag. Sabrina apologizes for ruining Zelda's evening, but at least she now knows that Mr. Kraft is really a villain.
And Harvey really is a Mountie. It was just a movie.
Zelda goes back into the dining room where now both Harvey and Valerie are eating pie with Mr. Kraft. Zelda grabs Mr. Kraft and takes him into the living room to talk. Mr. Kraft and Zelda sit on the couch as Mr. Kraft works up the nerve to ask the question. Zelda stops him and asks him to get down on one knee. Mr. Kraft does so and slowly asks Zelda if she would do his taxes. Zelda is furious.
Receipts? I waited my whole life for this?
She grabs the flowers she put out earlier and we get a caption card that says,
Crash!
Sabrina and Harvey share a piece of pie.
You know, for some reason, I thought the night we proclaimed our love would be more romantic. Harvey says, me too, but this is good pie.
On their forks just looks like whipped cream. There's no actual pie on that.
I mean, pretty good part of pie.
In our end tag, this is where my big angry part happens.
Oh.
Hilda, Zelda, and Sabrina all go upstairs after the night is over. Sabrina apologizes again, but Zelda excitedly tells them that Mr. Kraft asked her to go study.
Well, it all worked out. Willard and I talked, and once we'd cleaned the shards of glass out of his mustache, he asked me to go study.
This is where I lost my mind, because they weren't exclusive yet at this point in their relationship. They weren't. Okay, there's a couple issues. One, they've been dating long enough. They definitely should have already defined that relationship. Like, there should be no, he's asking me to go study. Like, we should have been boyfriend, girlfriend exclusive a while ago. But that does explain why he was putting the moves on the pen pal in that episode. And his weird, like, we've dated a little bit comment from that episode as well. But number two, if they weren't even exclusive, why the heck was she expecting a proposal? And if in her mind they already were serious enough that they were going to be engaged, why is she excited about being like, oh, I'm his official girlfriend now? This woman's standards are in the gutter. She needs to do better.
Love makes you do the wacky.
She is old enough to know better. She's been around for hundreds of years. She has learned. She should know. Okay, but everyone squeals at this news. Hilda and Sabrina are happy they're not getting married. The linen closet thunders, and Sabrina opens it. Out comes King Kong's hand holding Fay Ray. It's another family member with a clue to the family secret. Fay Ray is the clue, but they're related to King Kong.
Hilda tells Sabrina he's a third cousin with a pituitary problem. Have some little Fay Ray facts before we fully wrap this up here. And two personal connections to it.
Oh, okay.
So, Fay Ray lived from 1907 to 2004 and was a Canadian-American actress best known for starring as Anne Darrow in the 1933 film King Kong. Through an acting career that spanned nearly 6 decades, Ray attained international recognition as an actress in horror films. She was dubbed the first Scream Queen. Now, Ray was born on a ranch near Cardston, Alberta, to parents who were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They had 6 children, and she was a granddaughter of LDS pioneer Daniel Webster Jones, and her family returned to the United States a few years after she was born. They moved to Salt Lake City in 1912 and eventually relocated to Hollywood, where she attended Hollywood High School for starting her acting career. So Utah connection there. But then, family history fun time, actually related to Fay Ray on my mother's side somehow.
Oh.
Because Mormons.
Are you part of the Spellman family?
That's the family secret.
Sabrina excitedly puts together the clues for family, but realizes it gives her no real answers.
So I've got Fay, a picture of me, and a picture of Robert E. Lee. Fay Me Lee. Family. So the Spellman family secret is about the Spellman family. I got nothing.
Fay and Kong leave with Salem, who yells for them to call for the Air Force. Any last thoughts, Skye?
Why did we need to have Grammy in this?
I don't know.
Approval for Zelda to do his taxes?
But then why did he ask her before Grammy was there? And like, I understand just saying he has something special to ask her is maybe not enough of a hint in and of itself, but we could have said like, it's going to be really expensive or something, or like something about ring or something. Like there could have been another way to do it. The Grammy stuff was a complete red herring. It did nothing. It contributed nothing, resulted in nothing, especially with everything else being so specific and like coming back, like even the flowers. I'm wondering if there was part of it that got cut out or something.
Maybe
his grandmother is Fay Ray.
Oh, or the cousin with the pituitary gland. And so Zelda should really not be getting married to Kraft.
Third cousins are okay. You're fine. So my issues are Zelda needs to have higher standards for her relationships. Sabrina's relationships also move at a snail's pace because she clearly does not have good relationship role models in her life. And Grammy was unnecessary. All right, what's your new title for this one, Skye?
I came up with a question for this week and not a title.
I was worried you were going to tell me I had to come up with a title.
I'll be nice. I mean, silent movie fits, and it does. Yeah. I was trying to think of any super famous silent movie titles, but there's not necessarily that. We don't know
because they're all destroyed.
Yeah, they're all gone. And so we'll never know.
What is your guess for the family secret? This is your last chance before the next episode.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Next week we'll know.
Wow, what a time. End of an era. Well, I'm beginning to think it's not physical.
Okay. Is it spiritual?
Metaphysical? Vibes? Well, you sort of poo-pooed my surgery thing. So, hard time believing it's physical.
It could be physical.
Oh, yeah?
I honestly don't know how to qualify what it actually is.
So, it won't be valid for the 20 questions game? Person, place, or thing?
I can't. I don't want to answer that.
Person?
I'm not answering any of
place. Leaning in to try and see your eyeballs. Thing. Rock, mineral.
Vegetable. It's a vegetable.
Oh, it's a vegetable. And then there's the whole good and bad parts to all of us, which I don't know if I need to be focusing more on or if that's letting my brain get distracted from.
I don't know if that would help or hurt. It makes sense once you know what it is. You're like, oh, it's obvious once you know what it is, why that clue is what it is. But it's been so long since I didn't know what the family secret was.
Bragging away.
I was 13.
A wee little bit.
Oh no, I was still 12 at this point in 1999.
To be young and innocent and not have to worry about family secrets.
You just get the pride of knowing you solved it before Sabrina if you guess it.
I might not have any pride left. I think about this daily. It's sad. I'm a grown-ass adult thinking about these clues.
I mean, you think about it more than Sabrina does.
That's true. Where's my prize?
You've definitely already solved more than her because she stopped at family and you got the is born with a. So you already have more than her.
Do I become an honorary spellman because of my work this past season? Do I get my witch's license?
I don't know if you're going to want to be one after you find out what the secret is.
Because are they born with a person, place, or a thing, Laura?
Not telling you.
Rude. Well, if I think of anything before we record, I will write them out in the Discord for proof that I thought of them.
Just start posting stuff on our Instagram stories because other people will take pity on you and give you clues and I will not.
I'll start playing the 20 question games in our Insta stories. Is the family secret a person, place, or thing?
No, I don't even want to. I'm not going to comment any further on that. All right. Our next episode is season 3, episode 25, the season finale. We find out the family secret. It is the good, the bad, and the luau. What do you think it's about, Skye?
So they're going to have a family party, the luau, if you will. Obviously, one of the family members is going to be there to give her the final clue. The secret that we've been waiting for. And I think the good and the bad probably refers to both the family members, but also that final clue and the final good and bad parts of all of us. And it will all finally make sense.
That is a very solid guess. More solid than you know it is. I will say, we get a Harvey Salem storyline that is the best thing in the world.
Oh.
It makes up for the anger you'll feel, I think, about the family secret.
You think? Are you ready for our friendship to potentially end?
I hope, because it's just the cutest. Well, you need to join us next time so you can see if Skye's head has actually exploded and if they are rage quitting this podcast. Please like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. You can email us at somethingwitchypod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at somethingwitchypod to maybe help give Skye clues. Although by the time this releases, I think we'll have already watched this episode, so that won't be helpful. Never mind. Until next time.
Stay magical.